morning, everyone. Happy Leopard Monday. I hope you're having a great weekend, or had a great weekend. I'm Eva Delicious, your High Priestess of Teas in the Showgirl Temple with your Showgirl Stretch. So let's do it, huh? I liked incorporating the burlesque moves into the warm-up, so I think we'll continue with that. So right now, feet spread nice and wide apart, soft bend in the knees and toes both pointing forward, and just swinging your hips from side to side, settling in. Let your arms swing. A few deep breaths to arrive. It's a little bit challenging for me this morning to arrive on time, but I made it. Nice. Swinging it out. Nice. Now let's take it forward and back using the low abs. Maybe feeling a little Jane Fonda here. Nice. Booty not helping. Let's try and let it stay soft. So when we get to that point where we want to shimmy and jiggle, we can. And now forward, side, back, side, forward, side, back, side. Nice. And grind it out. Big grind. Really feeling into all those spots in your hips where you were sitting this weekend, maybe catching up on Netflix. Around or front, side, back, side. Or maybe you were out being really active. It's finally nice enough here in Portland where it's not pouring rain every day. It is again today, but not every day. And the allergies for me are chilling out. So I can now go outside and enjoy town. So if you're on TikTok, you might be able to find my husband and I enjoying a few places around Portland with our anniversary song, which, as you might expect, is Escape or the Pina Colada song. Nice. Let's bring it in, so a little bit tighter, soft bend in the knees still, coming forward, side, back, side. And grind it around. Nice. Still filling into all those areas of your hips. Feet are staying on the ground. And coming to center, we'll go back the other way. Training up these sexy moves. So you can break them out whenever you might like. Beautiful. Feeling into that. Nice. Let's take it up to our chest and get a little chest shimmy for the warm-up. So first, just the hands on top of the shoulders, elbows pointing straight out in front of you, and then rotate. So one elbow comes forward and then the other. You can bend your knees if you like to kind of help lock down the lower half of your body if you want to go for the isolation. No worries if you don't. A little faster, extend the arms. Nice curve in front of you. Maybe like you'd be holding a big beach ball or something like that, and then turn your wrists over. A little faster. Still just the chest moving. So the shoulders and the arms are staying still, and it's that same motion of one side, one side, one side, one side, one side, but loose. Got any belly dance babes out there? We're going real loose with this one. We're not punching. Nice. A little bit more. Lift under the lower upper arms. Underneath the arms is what I'm trying to say. Lift up. Nice. And release. Big circles. Breathing. Breathing. And now back the in the lower body, kind of warm that area up. So bending in the knees, we're gonna push back with the quad. Just to the back wall, not fully locking out that knee. And then a little faster. Double time the music, and a little faster. Back, 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 back. Your booty's probably jiggling, and that's awesome. Maybe your belly is jiggling. That's awesome too. Maybe other parts of you are jiggling. It's all awesome. Nice. So Friday in the ShowGirl Stretch, we had kind of a preview of some of the burlesque moves that I teach in classes, like the one that we're starting tomorrow night, the Burlesque Bedroom Series. And these are, again, some of the moves. We're not going to go into as much detail today, but if you're curious and you want to learn more of these moves, I did create an option. Let's release that. And just sway and touch. Warm up our inner thighs a little bit. I created an option so that you can drop into the first class only. So if you aren't sure if doing a whole series is your jam, come and join us tomorrow night in the Burlesque Bedroom Series and try out the first class. It's mostly a lot of burlesque movements. We'll start to touch on the choreography that we're doing. And now overhead, getting warm. And then you can check it out and see what you think. And I'm always here if you have questions too. Beautiful. Release that. Let's do shoulder rolls. We're gonna go the opposite shoulders. So one back, one back, one back, one back. And if you want to bend your knees, get your knees in it, get your hips in it, go for it. Loosen it up. Nice. And then let's go forward with the shoulders. Bend in your knees. Whew. Beautiful. Feeling good. Nice. All right, spreading it out. I feel pretty warm. I hope you feel decently warm. Rotate in the hip socket. So right up here in this area. Toes point out to the side wall. Heel points to the arch of the other foot. Hips point to the camera. Extend your arms. Slide over, reaching past your toes. Ribs staying in line with the pelvis. And now start to bend over. You can grab your thigh, your shin, your ankle, a little bit lower, the floor maybe, if that's available to you. But ribs are in alignment with the pelvis. You can look down or up. Let's actually, everybody look forward to the camera and then rotate your arm to the back a couple of times. Yay. I told you about that weird shoulder thing I have, I think, how it's really tight. So moving it often helps release. Now go forward. Just slow and controlled so you don't throw off your balance. Nice. And you can raise your arm back up or you can tuck it behind you as long as your shoulder is staying down. I'm going to point my head down today because that's what it wants to do. So it feels good. Breathing. Nice. All right, inhale, bend your front knee and start to rotate, rotate, rotate down. If you need to stay up in a high lunge, that's cool. Do that. Make sure you got a 90-degree angle here. And endeavor to get that back leg straight. Ooh, yeah. All that opening, huh? So good. If you want a little bit more, you can come on down. Hands on either side. And rock back and forth. Keep your neck long, not flopping. Nice. And now everybody start to make your way down to a on the ground. And we're gonna put our hands inside of our leg. If this isn't available to you, you can stay up here on your knee, or maybe you have blocks. We're just gonna do small circles with our hips. To get some movement in there while we're stretching. It's okay if your foot wobbles around a little bit. I think of it as drawing a little circle on the ground with my pelvis. So good, right? Getting some movement in there while you're stretching. Yeah, awesome. All right. Do come on up to your knee. And now let's, keeping the pelvis engaged, so you're not dumping, but you're staying upright and engaged here. Just push in to your booty and let it slide a little bit forward. Here, it's cool to open up your chest as long as it's staying lifted and your shoulders are staying down, so we don't want to be like, ugh, right? And maybe you have a little bit more space. Maybe your body just keeps relaxing. Breathing. Nice. Release that. Let's come on back and stretch the front leg. So staying up, hip over the knee there. And I like to flex my front foot. You can leave your foot on the ground if you like. For me, that cramps my toes. Clearly, I need to stretch my feet a little bit more. Nice. Inhale, and bring chest lower to knee. Make sure you're not poking out to a side, too. You're right up over your hips. It's so crazy to me how quickly, like once you've been doing this for a while, how quickly your body releases into the stretch and how much more space you have in your body. Like you're going around and you're like, yeah, I'm okay, whatever, things are going along. And then you sit down and you do this and stretch and your body opens up so much. So I hope you stick with this or some other stretch program. Right? It's really important to aging happily to stay flexible in your body. Nice, let's bring it back. So we'll do a little tabletop here and roll your chest around. And roll the other way. So I'm keeping my elbows straight here and trying it just to let it be my chest that's rolling around. I think my booty and my tailbone are getting involved too. I'm not going to stop it, because I think that's what my body wants. Nice. And let's see, let's push it up to downward dog. Let's do that. So booty goes up, heels trying to get down, rotate, make sure your elbows are pointing as much forward as they can and your shoulders are staying down. Yeah, pedal it up if you like. Pushing one heel down and the other. Beautiful. And now either walk your hands back or walk your feet forward, whichever you like. Bend your knees and roll your spine up. Oh, that feels good. Let's roll one more time. Down, 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 down. Chest goes down, 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 down. Drop it. Booty goes up. Oh, so good. Stretch back out on your mat. Rotate in the hip socket. There, I need a little bit more space. All right, toes pointing to the wall, heel pointing to the arch of the other foot, hips pointing forward, stretch out. Inhale, exhale, reach past your toes, and either grab your thigh, your shin, your ankle, or the floor. Whew. Ribs, alignment here. Pushing your feet down into the floor, wherever they are. And then go ahead and look forward or look down. rotate that arm that's up above. Nice, and then coming forward, breathing, breathing. Right, and then arm either up or coming around, reaching for that thigh. Keeping your chest open though if you're doing that. And your shoulder down. We don't want to be like this, trying to go for it. That's not doing anything. Except crunching you up more. Who needs that? Ooh. Breathing, breathing. Bend that front knee and start to rotate, rotate, rotate. Slide in if you need. So we have a 90-degree angle. Check in and make sure the entire ball of your foot is down on the ground on the back leg. I have this strange tendency to only do like part of my foot, and I tell you, I think it's bothering my knee and all kinds of stuff. So check in with your feet. Your knees are bothering you. Could be coming from the very ground connection point. Nice, straightening that back leg out, taking some space. Breathing. Nice, and then if you want more, you can come on down. Maybe wiggle back and forth a little bit there. Yeah. Now that I have the balls of my toes, or the whole ball of my foot on the ground, when I do this, I'm stretching that weird place that I cringe in my toes. That's good. Nice. And then dropping the knee. Check in with your alignment as you come up. Pelvis engaged. Reaching back. Pushing into the booty. So I'm rolling my shoulders and opening my chest up. So my heart can come way forward. So it's like a tiny back bend there. I can tell that my body was so tight. I'm generating so much heat, stretching out. It's interesting how that happens when you're holding on to a lot and you stretch. How much stuff comes out. Ah, yes. Releasing, so good. Breathing. Nice. And then sitting back up over your hip. Maybe slide that front foot forward a little bit. Stretching long. And just coming down to your leg. Breathing, breathing. So good. All right. Coming up, rotate over to one side. Bring your knee back to join the other knee. Bring your tips of your toes together and spread your knees out a little bit. Let's come on down to child's pose, but stay active here. Pushing your palms into the mat, lifting your shoulders up. Get a stretch in your upper back. Hips still sinking down. And if you can kind of rotate your elbows down to the ground in the shoulder socket, you'll get a stretch under your arms. Beautiful. Drop that and let's come forward, 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 forward. Knees come back in together. Keep coming forward to your belly. All right. Hands back by your chest. Elbows are going to stay in. We're going to come forward and up. So inhale. Exhale. Extend your spine forward. I like to leave my booty loose here so I can stretch my back. I need a little bit more, so I'm going to walk my hands a little bit more forward. Elbows are still going to stay in. Nice. Chest still trying to come forward in space. Beautiful. Release that down. And let's roll over to a side, to a mermaid. 90-degree angle here, between the shoulder and the elbow. Hands sprawled out to support you, bottom leg bent to support you. Reach back and grab your ankle. And my knee is coming straight down from my hip. I'm not coming forward or scooting to the back. I'm going straight down. So hand presses into foot, foot presses into hand. Side body presses up, no sink in there. And if you want more, squeeze the glute on that leg you're stretching. And then breathe. Breathing, breathing, breathing. Inhale, exhale, release that. Let's swing our legs out in front of us. Sit up. Why not stretch here? Because we're here. You can spread your feet a little bit wide if you need. Stand up nice, sit up nice and tall. And then coming forward, keeping a straight spine. So going more for chest, laying on your legs. And the legs getting straight and pressing into the ground. If your legs don't want to flatten out all the way into the ground, that's totally cool. Keep them bent and just keep breathing and stretching. You stretch yourself a little longer and come down a little lower. Push your legs down into the ground. Beautiful. Inhale. And let's rotate to the other side. For a mermaid over here, grabbing that leg, check and make sure your knees come straight down from your hip. Knee, foot pushes into hand, hand pushes into foot. Breathing. Go ahead and tighten your glute on that one side if you want more. Nice stretching, huh? Releasing. Nice. Let that go. Let's come on forward. Let's get one more little hip stretch in here. We're going to do a little cross-legged thing. So sitting in a comfortable position for you. I'm not bending my knees in really close. They're kind of more out like this. Move the flesh away if you need to. You're welcome to stack if that's the stretch that works for you. Just keep your feet flexed, whether your feet are on the floor or on the rest of your body. Feet are flexed to protect your knees. Inhale, sit up straight. Exhale, come on forward. Both booty cheeks equally on the ground. Maybe you wiggle a little bit to release. Yeah, that's working. Good magic right there. Inhaling, exhaling. Exhale it on up. Inhale your arms up. Exhale over to the side of your front leg. Reaching down, booty cheek stays on the ground, arm extends up and overhead. Maybe your elbow starts to reach down to the ground over there. Breathing, making space. Inhale up. Exhale over to the other side. Both booty cheeks on the ground. Reaching long. Softening. Inhale up. Exhale. Put your hands behind you. Stretch your legs out. Crossing the other way. Situate yourself there. Check in, make sure that all's good. Feet are going to stay flexed. Inhale. Exhale it on forward. Spine is nice and long. Thinking about your chest getting lower. Inhale up. Exhale, center yourself. Inhale. Exhale over to the side of your front leg. Again, booty cheeks on the ground all the way. Stretching up and over. Ribs staying in line with your pelvis. Maybe your elbow sinks a little bit lower toward the mat. Inhale. Exhale over to the other side. Breathing here. Inhaling, nice. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Inhale up. Release it down. Lean back. Stretch out your legs. We're going to come to straddle here and do this for a moment. So knees and toes point up to the ceiling. You're going to inhale yourself up straight. You might just stay up here. This might be your stretch, pushing your legs into the ground. If you want more, you start coming forward and extending down. Keep breathing. Keep going. I need to turn down this music before I pull a goddess card. It's been fun, but it's a little loud to talk over. Keep breathing. Keep breathing. Pushing your legs down into the ground. Oh, goodness. It's such a Monday. I need my glasses too to be able to read to you. Okay. All right, inhaling. You are welcome to either sit up or stay in straddle if you like. You want to go from side to side maybe and move it around a little bit more. Just thanking our guide from the weekend, Maeve, for reminding us to honor our cycles and rhythms. There we go. All right. So, thinking about a guide for today. What energies do we need? Put your energy into it. From your heart. Open up. Ask for what you need, right? I've been getting comments back from people about how much they enjoy the stretch, which thank you for sending me the comments. It's so nice to get feedback and know that what you're putting out there is well received. I'm curious how much you are finding support from the goddess cards too. Like, do the cards resonate with you? The things that come up each day? Does it appear in your life? Are they meaningful? I'd love to hear about that. And I check all my channels, because really, what else am I doing? So you can DM me on Instagram, on Facebook. You can make comments. You can even post things on the YouTube videos. Checking them all. Where else would I be, right? Okay. Oh, Matt, fierceness. This situation will be handled in a fair and just manner. Interesting. Let's learn more, shall we? Okay. Matt, fairness. The situation will be handled in a fair and just manner. Let me suggest another definition for fairness. It's when all parties involved surrender their personal agendas in favor of the greater good for the entirety of the group. I feel like we're getting planetary guidance right here. This requires trust in the wisdom of the whole. When it comes to matters of disputes, the attacks are based on fears that you may not receive your share. Yet attacks amplify the hurt and the pain that caused the dispute in the first place. Why not surrender your attachment to a specific outcome and instead direct your holy will toward the resolution of the argument? Hold a firm vision of a peaceful outcome and let the pieces fall into place in a harmonious manner. Meanings of this card. A lawsuit will be resolved, a dispute will end harmoniously, you'll be treated fairly, keep everyone's needs in mind during negotiations, release guilt and shame, as these emotions can attract a punishing attack. Oh, that's so interesting. That's, kind of law of attraction stuff right there. Whatever energy you're holding is the energy that comes to you. So if you're feeling guilty or shameful, attacking energy might come to you. That's interesting. That's a whole other conversation, right? Welcome your thoughts on that. Mat is the Egyptian goddess of integrity, fairness, and justice, who holds a scale that measures souls against a feather at the time of death to detect any heaviness from guilt. Mat protects us in business and personal relationships, ensuring that we're treated fairly and honorably. Call upon her before signing any contract, during a dispute, or whenever you feel guilty or remorseful. All right, awesome. Fascinating stuff. I haven't been feeling that way myself personally. I feel like this is like some guidance that's coming for lots of us right now. That's so awesome. Please tell me how it connects with you, how it lands, what shifts maybe it helps you make in life. I want to let you know that in a few minutes I'm going to go live again. I've been seeing lots of comments on Facebook and Instagram about how much weight people are gaining during self-isolation and how that's a bad thing, and about people feeling poorly about their bodies. And that hurts me. That hurts me. I'm a human. I struggle with those things myself. too, but I feel like so much of the guilt and the shame that is put on bodies is society generated. And a lot of it is from advertising companies trying to sell us things, or a specific way to look and be. And that's just, it's so destructive to all of us, to our planet. And I love how Burlesque has helped me shake off a lot of that shame and guilt and negative self-talk. And I love even more how it has helped so many of my students do that. That is one thing that I hear often when people come into class, right? Their body isn't thin enough, I don't know, whatever enough to be sexy, but it changes when we start dancing. And instead they start to feel good in themselves, where they are and who they are. And I love that so much. So if you want to hear more about that and my thoughts about that, give me a couple minutes. I'm going to switch over to my desktop so I can actually see your comments as you make them. And then we can have a chat if you like. Thank you so much for joining me. I will post that video also on the YouTube. So if you can't tune into it live, I'll go ahead and post it on the YouTube so you can get my 2 cents of what I think about that sort of body shaming. All right, thank you so much for joining me and being present for you and for me. Have a beautiful week.